Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel NEET Made Easy. We are going to start a series for NEET students in order to help them in their preparation. As part of it, today we are going to discuss about the topic biotechnology, principles and processes. Let us first learn what biotechnology means. Biotechnology deals with the techniques of using live organisms and enzymes to produce products and processes useful to humans. Let us know the definition given by European Federation of Biotechnology. It defined biotechnology as the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, parts thereof, and molecular analogs for products and services. Now, let us know what principles are involved in biotechnology. Out of many principles, there are two principles which gave birth to biotechnology. They are genetic engineering and maintenance of sterile environment in chemical engineering processes. Let us know why genetic engineering plays a major role in biotechnology. What does genetic engineering means? Genetic engineering, it is a technique that alters the chemistry of genetic material, that is DNA and RNA, to enter it into the host, therefore changing the phenotype of the host. Okay, it is the alteration of genetic material such as DNA and RNA, which is again introduced into the host in order to change the phenotype of the host beneficially. Now, why maintenance of sterile environment plays an important role in biotechnology? Basically, genetic engineering is a chemical engineering process. In order to grow the required result and to see beneficial results, maintenance of sterile environment is must. Thus, maintenance of sterile environment plays a major role. Now, let us learn the steps involved in genetic engineering. First one, it includes the creation of recombinant DNA. Second, it includes gene cloning. Third, it is gene transfer. Now let us see how recombinant DNA is generated. There are few steps through which recombinant DNA is made. They are identification of desired gene. Let me take an example of insulin. A few years back, in order to meet the needs of insulin to treat the diabetes patients throughout the world due to the population outburst, scientists identified a gene responsible for the synthesis of insulin. Then, cutting of desired gene, which is done by restriction endonucleases. These are the enzymes. uh, Under classification, these come under the nucleases. So, according to our example, scientists cut the gene responsible for production of insulin. Then, the cut part of gene with a desired quality is linked with a vector such as plasmid for the generation of uh, uh, multiple number of required product. This linking became possible with the enzyme DNA ligase, which facilitates the linking between the desired gene and the plasmid. Thus, the recombinant DNA is formed. This is then introduced into the subject where we expect to see the desired result. So, let us now learn what plasmid is. Plasmid it is an extrachromosomal double-stranded self-replicating circular DNA. It is mainly seen in prokaryotes. Now, you may get a doubt, why do we use only plasmids and not the main genome? It is that because the plasmid has a capacity of replicating by itself rather than depending upon the main genome to replicate. Thus, it is helpful in production of desired genes. Now we learned that the cut part of the desired gene needs to be attached to the plasmid. Think if the cut part of DNA is simply introduced into the alien organism, can we expect the required result? Absolutely, we don't get the result. Thus, we need to introduce the desired gene into the specific sequence of DNA known as origin of replication. When we introduce the gene into the origin of replication, it initiates the synthesis of DNA, and when the complete recombinant DNA is introduced into the host, with the help of the enzyme DNA polymerase of the host, it replicates the number of times and produces us the desired result. Now let us learn the first artificial recombinant DNA molecule. The first artificial recombinant DNA molecule was formed by linking of gene encoding for the antibiotic resistance with native plasmid of Salmonella typhimurium, which causes typhoid fever. The scientist who achieved this was Stanley Cohen and Herbert Boyer. They accomplished this event in the year 1972. This completes the introduction to biotechnology principles and processes. In order to enhance your learning, let us see a few questions that appeared in the previous year NEET papers. First question: a foreign DNA and plasmid cut by the same restriction endonuclease can be joined to form a recombinant plasmid using. So we have learned that the cut part of the desired gene and the plasmid can be joined by the enzyme DNA ligase. Thus, our answer becomes fourth option. Now, let us see other question. Which of the following is not a feature of plasmid? So, let us revise the definition what plasmid is. It is a double-stranded, circular, extrachromosomal, self-replicating DNA molecule which can be used as a vector. So, when it is used as a vector, it definitely is transferable. So, this is not the option. Second option, we stated it as a double-stranded DNA. Thus, this contradicts with our concept. So, the answer is second one. Let us see another question. The DNA molecule to which the gene of interest is integrated for cloning is called. The DNA molecule into which the desired gene is incorporated to make it as a recombinant DNA is known as vector. A simple question. Thus, the answer is fourth option, vector. Thank you guys. Please subscribe, like and share our channel if it helped even a bit in your preparation. Thank you.